Good morning. Our hand today is going to be Ace Jack of Diamonds. We're at the big blind. And we have an early position player raises to 5 big blinds and it folds around to us. We don't have many hands, almost 50 hands, 49. He's playing 51-8. This player is a loose passive pre-flop. He's technically mid position, so you can see raise first in. He's only done it twice. That's not going to really help us. However, I think there's a couple things that can kind of go in our favor of estimating ranges. Raising up to 5 big blinds is a bit unusual. Most raises are 3 or around 3, so I'm seeing more 2 big blinds nowadays, but like 2.5, 3, 3.5. 5 is large. So I think this is just something like this. You got a pocket pair. You don't know what to do with it. You could kind of expand some of these, but I think these are all speculative. I think with that 5 big blind bet, they're looking at probably just trying to get folds. And it's possible you have like aces and kings, and he's throwing those in there because they're big hands, and he's looking to get paid. But I think they're so large that most people will try to be tricky or try to slow play it. So I'm just gonna go with these. If I don't get it right, then we can adjust it. It's on me. This is my big line versus early position player, and I think that's probably suitable. He's going to be tighter in terms of his raises. I think we are going to be calling a lot. We could definitely probably start to raise and really challenge him. However, if he's raising 5 big blinds, I wonder how willing he'll be to get all in. Because with a hand like this, we've got some equity we could call. If we flop an ace, if we flop a jack, there's a decent chance that we're going to be ahead, and we're looking at those along with our diamonds. So I think we have the possibility of, let's see, we have a possibility of like raising. And even, technically versus mid position, we've got like a 3-better call here. We could raise and just probably take down, or we can call and hopefully try to win our bigger pot when we flop. I think either's okay. I think today I might just go ahead and raise. We're out of position. I just want to see, okay, what does he do with that 5 big blinds? How's he going to respond? I called, which I think is okay. Flop comes down queen 9-8, so I've got a backdoor diamond draw. I've got gut shot draw. Unless he has queens, I think we're in okay shape. We've got draws. If he has 10s, that'd be awesome, because if a 10 comes, it gives him trips, and I think it's going to be hard for him to get away. It usually is. I think our check is fine, and the villain bets the pot. Is that consistent with his bet here? Betting pot. Maybe. Definitely it is with the set. I think he would bet, and he hit the set. Geez, a third of the time, or a third of his hands are set. Would he do it with one of these pocket pairs? Possibly. He would have 10s or jacks. We have one of the jacks, so we're blocking that. I think generally speaking, we wouldn't see a bet this size if he has an underpair, because they're going to be afraid that we have the queen. We have like ace queen or king queen. So I think oftentimes these players would size down a little bit, half to maybe 3/4 pot, around there. And then if we call, then they're normally done with the hand. They'll check behind on the turn, unless they've improved. So I think really a set is possible with it. I think a fold is fine for us. We could definitely raise. I think check raising a straight is our play here. Um, Sets, if we put him on a set, I think I'm hesitant to check raise a set myself because I almost feel like I'm going to be behind. So I got 8s or 9s. I'm not sure if he has 8s in his range, so I kind of think he's got queens or 9s, and probably leaning more towards queens, if anything. So I think straights we're going to be check raising. I'm not. Technically, you should be check raising the sets. And then you could kind of check raise maybe the open-ended straight draw as well, just to kind of balance. And then with the rest of our calls, maybe you call with the gut shot. I think we're calling top pair, 2-pair, over pair. We're curious to see what's going to happen. I think the gut shots. I'm going to look at all these 1-card gut shots. I think we're probably calling them because our gut shots are going to include some backdoor draws, and that's about it. I think we're going to be. He is loose, so he's got a lot of hands in his range, but the passivity, that's what has me concerned here. So maybe just that. Maybe that's our range versus him, and you can see that we're still behind. So we're getting 2-1. We're not getting the odds that we need because we're at about 37% equity, 36% equity. Our range versus his. We're probably at worse equity here. Let's see what it is. All right. Right. Equilab over. Give ourselves ace jack of diamonds. We're gonna give the flop queen of spades, 9 of clubs, 8 of diamonds, and we are going to give villain. Yeah, I had to select for that. %20. Yeah, so our range has this a little bit better, but right now we're at 20%. Yeah, we're not getting the odds. Question is, could we make some more money if we connect with a 10? If we maybe 10 of diamonds would actually be ideal. Best card, I mean, 1 card in the deck, but could we get more? Yeah, if he has trips, he's going to pay us off, even if we hit our straight. So I do think we could call with some implied odds behind it. So I think the call is okay. The 4 diamonds actually gives us some equity, improves our equity. So let's see here. Let's add our 4 diamonds. So yeah, now we're looking at 27, 3-1, approximately 3-1. I think we check here and then villain bets. Now he sizes down, and I think that's telling. So that might actually come back and say, okay, maybe he's going to bet with these 10s and jacks. 10s and jacks. And then when he sizes down again, I don't think that's a set. I think that could be 10s or jacks. Because well, no, sets could do it because he could be scared that we do have 10 jack. Take that back. Now I'm going to keep. It's a set. He's scared of the straight. He's seeing monsters under the bed. He bets half pot. We're getting 3-1 on the call. We need about 3-1 on the call. So I think calling is okay. Are we going to get more if we connect? Yeah, I think if a 10 is probably the best card for us, because I don't think he's going to see us with a gut shot. And I think if we call here, we'll have 70 in our stack. Pot's going to be about 60. I think we just shove and expect to get called by trips if we connect. So with that bet, what else are we going to call? I think we're calling with the set. I hate to do it with 2-pair, but I feel like we're going to have to. And then also probably with top pair. I think jacks and tens have a reason to start folding. Same thing with a middle pair, weak pair. I think we improve our flush draw, so we're probably going to be calling those. I still think we're going to be way behind, or I still think we're behind. Not necessarily way behind, but we're behind. We're behind to villain. We really need to improve. And really, even our value hands aren't really value. They're way behind, and they're going to be extremely hard to even catch up. So with sets of 2 pairs, if we improve, I mean, we can improve to quads. But if we improve to a full house, villain probably also improves to a full house. So I think mathematically, I think this is an okay call. Getting 3 to 1, we're about 3 to 1 on the call. 3 spades hits, that doesn't improve us. You know, possibility, there is always a possibility that we could lead out here, just shove, since we have the missed draw. Do I think I'm going to get any folds? No, if villain has trips, which I kind of put him on, I don't think he's ever folding. So we check, he checks behind. It's strange to check trips, but again, it's a passive player. He's going to probably see monsters under the bed. Probably scared that I have 10 jacks. But at this point, you know, I still think kind of trips, maybe tens or jacks. So we see the river, he shows jacks. So it is raise that 5 big blinds in technically mid position, but it's kind of like with the, you know, we're 7-handed. That is almost like an early position play because he's second act. So so we're going to take a note, R5, 5 big blinds in, I guess, low jack with jack spades, jack clubs. Bet, let's get our size. C bet, pot, barrel, half pot, check on queen of spades, 9 of clubs, 8 of diamonds, 4 diamonds, 3 spade. All right, so he was definitely scared of the queen. That's what he was aware of, or scared of. All right, so what about differences? Have trust in our read. Have trust in our read. There was always that possibility that he had tens and jacks, and we kind of went back and talked about that. You know, on the flop, it's a question of, is he going to bet those big? Maybe. In this case, he does. And it's consistent with slowing down. And it's probably more likely once he slows down that he has tens and jacks compared to trips, because with trips, he has to assume that I'm calling with 10 jack. He may go somewhat large again on the turn because he has trips. Whereas the under pair, he's worried about the top pair. Did I like my call on the flop? I think if there's anything, we could have probably just gotten rid of it. We weren't getting the odds. We're relying on implied odds. Would we have made our implied odds? Yeah, I think so. I think he would have paid us had we connected with the diamond. Would he have paid us with the 10? Yeah, but we would have been splitting. So I think a better play here, we called the flop. We probably should have just folded. Or we called pre-flop. We probably should have just folded on the flop and be done with it. So while the turn call is 100% okay, I don't like that flop call. We put this player on a pretty tight range. He bet pot. He says he has something, and we have a pretty long shot to improve our hand. So play should have been a fold. All right, hopefully you enjoy this. If you do, look tomorrow for another one.